Hail and welcome everyone to our third 50th anniversary celebration event. Today we are hosting an academic conference, and though I'm sorry we couldn't hold it in person, I hope you'll enjoy it all the same. Before I get into what it is I want to say today, I just want to say a big thank you to Lee Smith, our council rep to committee, for all his time and effort organising everything that you'll see today. He's done an absolutely amazing job, and I have no doubt today wouldn't be so well organised without him. So thank you, Lee. A little over 50 years ago, a group of dedicated followers of paganism started something unique and special for the pagan community. As with all things, the Pagan Federation started small, with a handful of dedicated people whose aims were to level the playing field for pagans all over the world. They wanted paganisms of all kinds to be taken seriously, to be respected and included in all areas of life. They wanted all pagan traditions recognised in law, and for those who lived them to be able to do so in peace, without prejudice or harm. During the almost 25 years that I've been following a pagan path, I myself have experienced being mocked, teased, judged badly, and at times I've been scared and worried to reveal my beliefs to others for fear of me or my children suffering in some way. The stories I've heard while working with the PF over the last few years have mirrored my own experiences, and some cases a lot worse. In the last year alone, we've dealt with 23 advocacy cases, and that's only the ones that we know about that have been reported to us. There are bound to be a lot more than that. Those cases have included everything from a workplace blocking access to the PF website because it was deemed unsafe despite websites such as the Church of England remaining easily accessible, all the way to local authorities still using the pagan beliefs of parents as the reasoning for concern against their ability to care for their children. Over the 50 years we've existed, the PF has grown exponentially from a small group of people in a living room somewhere in London to a worldwide presence. The PF I am honoured to lead today has sister organisations which cover the whole world, from Ireland to Russia and America to Scotland, providing support to pagans of all kinds, not only in their daily lives but also representing them to governments, official institutions and global organisations. We couldn't do all of that without support and help from the community we serve, and one of the ways that happens is through the work and dedication of those in our community who are also a part of the academic community. There are many of us who don't follow an academic path ourselves, but without those people who are studying aspects of paganism academically, we wouldn't have the wealth of information available to us that we do. From the energy they put into the research they carry out to the many books and papers published by pagan academics, I'm in no doubt that as pagans, our faith and practices would not be so well informed, and as an organisation, the PF would not have the data needed to support our work in fighting prejudice. I know we're not alone in this kind of discrimination. There are plenty of other faiths and beliefs out there that are just as misunderstood and feared as paganism is, if not more so in some cases. I believe and can see evidence in the world around me that all religions and faiths have their extremists, whether they call themselves pagan, heathen, Muslim or Christian. I wholeheartedly wish that I could wave a magic wand and solve the problem overnight for us all, but in reality that's not possible. What it will take is a lot more years of hard work, talking to people and educating them so that they can understand our beliefs and practices instead of misunderstanding and fearing them. The pagan academics that we're fortunate to have within our community are a vital part of that work. That is why, when we were planning this year of events, we knew we needed not only to celebrate our anniversary, but also the role that pagan academics play in our community. Their work is vital to all of us in one way or another, and definitely worthy of highlighting and celebrating as part of this year. I think sometimes it's easy to forget just how far we've come when we're caught up in daily life, and over this last year, as we've headed towards our anniversary celebrations, I've been reflecting on just how far our community has come in those 50 years. To be able to share an event like this with all of you virtually would not have been possible even just 20 years ago, let alone 50. So I'm grateful for modern technology to be able to bring us together in ways such as this. We wouldn't have been able to share something like this publicly even just 35 years ago. And so I'm grateful for all the work that's been done on allowing the pagan community their rights and being able to have as many esteemed scholars to call on 50 years ago would not have been possible at all due to the issues around being an openly practicing pagan. It's an honour to be in the company of the people we have speaking for us today, not only for their time and insights today, but also for the part they play in making paganism visible and better understood within the world. I hope that you'll enjoy the talks they've put together for us all, and there are some absolutely great pieces today. First up, at 12 noon, we have Robin Hearn. Not only is he PF District Manager for East Anglia, he also teaches, authors books, runs his own blog, and is a regular feature of our online festivals, telling many a good story. Today, he'll be talking to us about mythic frameworks. At 1 p.m, we welcome Jenny Uzzell. She is the Education and Youth Manager here for us at the PF. She is a Druid, being a member of OBOD at Ovate grade, the British Druid Order at Bardic grade, and the Druid Network too. She has been involved with Druidry for about 12 years, mostly in a solitary capacity, as the North East tends to be a long way from all things Druid. She has represented the Pagan Federation on the Religious Education Council for 7 years now, and has also been involved with the REC's Task 2 committee, looking into the role of examining in RE. She also carries out assessments for the RE Quality Mark awarded by the REC. She is a senior examiner in religious studies at both GCSE and A-level with a major awarding body, and was head of religious education at a number of schools for many years. She's currently a PhD student at Durham University, working under the auspices of the Centre for Death and Life Studies and based in the Department of Theology and Religion. She's conducting research into death rites among contemporary Druids in the UK. In addition to her PhD research she's conducting on a part-time basis, she also co-owns and is a director of a funeral home that forms part of a growing movement in the UK towards greater openness, honesty and authenticity in the way funerals are arranged and conducted. In this capacity, she has helped to reimagine and design funeral rituals that are relevant to those involved and has provided help and advice with home funerals. I'm also told that sometimes she sleeps. Jenny will be speaking to us today about religious education and why we should care about it. At 2 p.m, we are absolutely very fortunate to have Ashley Mortimer, who hails from my own neck of woods here in the Midlands. He's a lecturer, speaker, craft historian and initiate of the Wicca. Ashley is a well-known and active participant in the pagan community, having represented a number of pagan organisations in public life and the media. He describes himself as an occasional musician and even more occasional writer. Ashley has a pragmatic and common sense approach to witchcraft, the occult, paganism and life in general, and he says he has a pretty grown-worthy sense of what he thinks is humour. Ashley's talk today is entitled Witchcraft and the Wicca. I hope you enjoy. At 3 p.m, we welcome Dr. Jonathan Woolley. Jonathan is a Druid and a solitary practitioner of traditional witchcraft. He is one of the order of Bards, Ovates and Druids, Mount Hemus scholars, and works with Druidic gatherings in Bristol, London and Oxfordshire. He holds a PhD in social anthropology from the University of Cambridge, has published and lectured widely on nature spirituality in Britain, and is currently working on the world's first academic edited volume on modern Druidry. As a diviner, he occasionally serves as a locum tarot reader at Treadwell's bookshop in London and as an editorial advisor to Cunning Folk magazine. He has a passion for building community and sustainability and is currently based in London. Jonathan will be talking to us today about the future of the pagan community. And after a couple of conversations with Jonathan myself over the last few weeks, I'm quite excited about this one particularly. Lastly, at 4 p.m, we welcome Olivia Kinsman. Olivia is a current PhD candidate researching how Anglo-American goddess spirituality revives and adapts the veneration of ancient goddesses for the modern world. She possesses BA and MA degrees in Egyptology and has used this knowledge to publish writings on ancient Egyptian goddesses for pagan audiences. Olivia herself is a practicing polytheist and lives in Wales with her partner Thomas and their cat Moki. Olivia's talk today is entitled Ancient Religions Today. I hope you'll all agree that that's a fabulous and fascinating lineup. All the speakers will be around online to answer your questions on the event posts and YouTube links, so please do ask anything you would like them to answer, and they'll get back to you as soon as they're able. Have fun. See you on the other side. Thank you.